If you enjoy Draw and Paint What You Regret on YouTube and would like to show your support, you can find Cash App and Venmo information below. By all means, this channel is free to watch and learn from. Enjoy! Hey everyone, so I am breaking in just to come in with a quick intro. I decided not to do an intro, I decided to just do a voiceover for this video. So this video is pretty much Reilly versus Loomis. So I wanted to have a video for my portrait students, that way they have an idea between, technically, I lecture and I talk about the Reilly method and the Loomis method. So I was trained both ways, so I do use them at the same time. There's times where I'm pulling out a rhythm line when I see it or need it, and I am pulling out planar shifts when I see it and are needed. So to start with, this is the Reilly method. I decided to put the Reilly method handout inserted into this actual video. So to start with, the Reilly method starts the same as the Loomis method, as well as meaning starting with a sphere for the cranium, attaching a jaw, getting the front, the side, the top, depending on what you are seeing when it comes to the head, bottom of the head. So you want to start it very generic, right? Very simple. You also want to come in with a center line, so you want to divide the face into halves. You also want to divide the face into thirds, so you want to make sure you're thinking about hairline to brow ridge to nose, and nose to chin. Now, due to anatomy, everybody breakdowns of thirds are different. Sometimes some people have shorter foreheads, longer noses, maybe a shorter chin, so on and so forth. It really depends on what you are drawing. So once you have that down, or at least that breakdown down for the rules of thirds, you definitely want to come in. I always start with the keystone shape. The keystone shape is an important landmark. It's so important because everything that's important pretty much comes out of it or connects to it. The nose, the socket, the frontal emolents, or even the front of the forehead. Let's start there. So all of that is very important when it comes to the keystone shape and that brow ridge, and how starting there is always a great landmark to do that. So another thing, once we get the top of the nose in, that connects to the keystone shape, then you want to get the bottom of the nose where the baseline is. So you want to start the nose simple, keep it very simple. You want to make sure you have a top, bottom, and side. You want to make sure you have form when it comes to the nose. So the one thing, I know I've been kind of rambling, but the one thing that I definitely want to talk about is the Reilly method in general. So the Reilly method deals with the rhythm lines. So that means there is one rhythm line, or one line, that is connecting from one feature to the next feature. As these lines starts to overlap each other, they start to create planes. So the Reilly method technically does the same thing as the Loomis method, because the Loomis method deals with planar shifts. But the only difference is, and I think most students like about the Reilly method, is the fact that the Reilly method is more, how would you say, abstract, because we're using lines that are connecting from one line to the next. That gives it more of an abstract feel. So it's all about just memorizing these lines and where they connect from one feature of the face to the next. Same thing if you think about the Loomis method, which deals with planar shifts. Planar shifts are basically just shapes. They're shapes that are connecting together to create form. and they tend to be a little bit more geometric in their shapes when it comes to those those shapes. So I wanted to talk about that because I believe my students understand the Reilly method and or the Loomis method, but I noticed that they kind of have a hard time adjusting planar shifts and or adjusting rhythm lines to either the model that we're drawing or to the bust that we may be drawing. And it's really just bending these lines to fit the face of whomever you are trying to draw. So you guys bear with me. I was struggling with my camera. If it was either I was hitting the camera, if I wasn't hitting the camera wasn't in the right area. So you can see my drawing is constantly moving around unfortunately, but just bear with me. I did my best to redo this video. I have a linear structure video when it comes to the portrait, but I just feel like I wanted to redo it that way students have a better idea of what I'm doing. I know it's hard to see on some of those videos because I'm just using lines. And another thing, just some of you guys don't come for me or don't say I can't see anything when you started to draw. So my students know that you have to start your drawing light. So you want to make sure when you come in with your sphere, attaching your jaw, dividing your face into halves, all that needs to be very light, thin lines, and then you start to build up. So as you can see, I did erase in certain areas, but a lot of my drawing was just me building on top of my gesture, because that's really all that sphere and connected to jaw is. It's just a gesture. So you just want to make sure you keep that in mind as you start to build, as you start to get lines that you're like, okay, this is the line that I want and I need. Then you can go in and darken it. And of course, at the end, you want to go in with line weight variation, have economy of line. That is also what makes the drawing looks very interesting. I don't think I got that many differences of lines and it's because I know typically I'm recording, I'm trying to make sure that the camera is seeing somewhat of what I'm doing as I am drawing. So I know you guys are like, girl, you are blabbling. I may not pop in with a voiceover for the Loomis method, which is part 2, so make sure you stay and watch the video straight through for part 2, which is the Loomis method. Bear with me on the Loomis method because the camera was in position right. I was struggling with the camera this time around. It was in position right, but I did insert at the end the final photo of that actual drawing. It really is just the camera was positioned a little bit higher than what it should be, so the proportions of the drawing looks weird, but it's really accurate when you see the actual end photo of the actual drawing. So just watch through the whole video, y'all. Please. That way you get a better idea of what I'm doing. Other than that, enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next video or clip. Bye guys.